could be throwing here, but
Oh, here we go. Now we're live, because I've got to hit a button. So, there we go. Hello everyone, welcome to F125. I'm joined by Finexi. Hello Finexi.
yes, hello.
Again. So, brand new game. We've got 15 in the lobby so far. Drivers are going out now for quali. And who's out first? Spazzaman is out first. Do you want any more information?
This should be fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
New game, new series, new championship. Very interesting.
So we're going back to the old method of having 10 races over 3 months. Just to see how it goes. We've got 15 in at the minute. And I'm sure there's people that have signed in that haven't shown up. But they're late now, so what can you do?
Yeah.
I'm clicking through things here. We can still see the stream.
Yes, stream's still up. Both of them.
Everything's working. That's good.
Yes,
right.
Looks like it.
Then I can go annoy people in Discord while we watch Spazzaman drive around here. Yeah, we played a little bit of this before release, I think.
Me? No.
No, you didn't play in the...
No.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't in the beta, no.
Okay, so, yeah, you're not really familiar. There is quite a few changes this year. It's still Formula 1, but the handling model has definitely changed. So, it'll be interesting to see if anyone's gained anything, and if others have lost pace.
Yeah.
But I think the front runners are still going to be the front runners.
Yeah, it's hard to have a significant change that big that someone just loses like a second of pace.
Yeah.
As obviously it has changed this year, and yeah, as you say, it'd be interesting to see who's gained and who's lost. Spazzaman looks like he's still on pace as he sets a purple sector 1.
I'm just going to annoy everyone in Discord. We are... Right, yeah, so looking at the time trial sheets, Gibbo was top on friends list, Spazzaman was third. And an old name that we haven't seen about in a while was actually second, that's Mans.
Oh.
So...
He was around when I joined. But
yeah.
He hasn't really.
No, I hasn't
been around with Spazzaman, who is very close at the top, I must say.
Yeah, so
almost.
We have a few new names, and that's Optimus and Nico. So, yeah, very close at the top, and then Craig doing his best in the Red Bull. Track looks a bit busy.
Yeah, obviously everyone wanting to get out there and get familiar with the cars, as I'm sure a lot of practice has been put in, but it's a different ball game when you go out there for the first time. In an actual league setting, your car is beating a little bit faster and your hands are sweating a little bit more, so everyone wants to just set a good banker and then go for it.
Yeah, it's one of these tracks where there isn't very many heavy braking zones, so carrying speed is very important around here. And that's probably why we're seeing quite a few close times up at the top.
Yeah. But saying that, there is a lot of different setup options for this track. You can go high downforce for the first and the final sector, or you can go all out, almost drop the wings to below 10 and just zoom on the back straight. Both are pretty viable here, and it'll be interesting to see in the race then what options people have gone for. I don't expect to see that much difference in setups just yet. I believe it's most have just taken the top setups from time trial and tweaked them to their liking.
Yeah, I think most people are just going into time trial, seeing who the pro drivers are and grabbing their setup off them. Shout out to Mikey. Hello, Mikey. Hopefully you're enjoying your little holiday in Portugal. And hi, Skirty. I think that might be Ricardo. It looks the same logo anyway.
Could we get a camera on Simi? He's just starting a lap here, and I believe Tiger is on in a lap.
Simi.
Want to see how the Williams. Oh, he's only here.
No,
I read the minimap wrong. But he's going.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm still getting used to all this.
The new Williams with Atlassian on the rear wing looks quite nice.
I still maintain that Atlassian are not a real company. It just sounds made up.
That is true.
You know, it's one of those days. But yeah, let's see. Oh, we have a Larn around. JD Hack. Any damage? Doesn't look like it is.
That looks like it would be maybe touching a wall in the straight there, because I don't see anywhere else where that could have gone wrong.
Yeah, it's a bit of a strange one. Let's go on board with the Ferrari.
Ferrari, your favorite. Let's see how they do.
Well, that's like
fastest.
Let's turn that down a little bit.
Was I loud?
Oh no, the engine sound was very loud.
Oh, fair enough.
Oh, I thought he was about to do a hot lap there, but he's
no, he's yeah, backed off now.
Yeah.
But Simi is now on his lap, and he'll have to do a lot to beat his teammate here, Gibbo, obviously in P1, one of the fastest drivers around.
Yes.
So he's coming into this as a favorite, obviously, as he's on a second outlap now, doing 3 laps in this qualifying session, which would suggest that he's not saving tires here for the race, not saving a fresh set of softs.
Yeah, I wonder what the strategy will be. We do know the tire wear is much higher.
Yeah.
And it's been tweaked for these shorter races. Last year, I think it was really only the 50% that you really got to struggle with tire wear. But they've tuned it up a bit, so 35% should be getting issues.
Yeah, I still believe Australia is basically a nailed-on one-stopper, unless we have a safety car or a virtual safety car, which could then provide some opportunities for a free pit stop. I believe medium to hard is the 50%. I'm not sure about the 35.
I think 1% will be here, because there is basically from the start of Sector 2 all the way to the heavy braking zone at Sector 3. You're not really going to be using much of your tyre wear, because it's flat out.
Yeah.
The only bit is that little chicane, really. But Gibbo is on a hot lap here, so let's go on board and see him bring the car around here. We do have mixed skill levels, and you'll see that in the times. Some people are on wheels, others are on controller. But I think most of us actually on wheels. I can only see like 2 or 3 that might be on controller.
Yeah. Out of these guys, I'm not actually sure. I don't see Toby there, who's definitely a controller player. But yeah, most on wheels, I believe. But Gibbo, this lap has been absolutely beautiful, might I say. Every apex so far. Spazman 116.8. So there is a lot of time. So they are just now pushing us Gibbo into this sector 3. Beautiful apex there. This one you can almost take flat out in qualifying. Little left as he goes through the right-hander into the slow corners. You have to be so careful and so patient through this final corner not to spin. Puts down the power and up to the line. What has the Williams got for us? On his second run, a 16.5.
That's a great lap there from Gibbo. I think he'll be happy with that one. Didn't seem to put a foot wrong.
No, beautiful lap.
Yeah. Who have we got? It's kind of hard to keep track when there's so many cars on. Tiger is about to start his hot lap, I think.
Yep.
Yes. So
I believe we can expect a little bit more for him. I believe that 17.8 had a few mistakes in there, so he'll be hoping to get a faster lap on the board right now. So he heads to the first sect.
Yeah, it's the time will soon be coming up here now around this little kink. He needs to find, what, 4 tenths to move up into the top 4. He's only 0.14 at the minute. So we need to find a bit more time.
It's a decent improvement, but as you say, needs to find a little bit more time burning ERS all throughout this straight here. ERS also a bit reworked during that. We're now 4 tenths up, gaining 3 tenths in that middle sector. So I think we found where that possible problem on his first lap might have been.
Yeah, well, it depends on what he was burning battery this time around. I still can't get used to the batteries. You need to be very fine-tuned with them to use up your whole battery for the whole lap, basically. Because he's going to cross the line here, and he's still going to have about 10%.
But he has used the deploy, so he has lost a bit of time on that main straight, but 17.499 will put him in 6th quite comfortably, I would say.
Yeah, he's half a second there back to AJ now, so...
Yeah.
He is on a hot lap, coming up behind one of the Ferraris. That'd
He's
be...
on an out lap at the moment, so...
Lightning's on a hot lap, though.
Yep.
Coming into the final 2 corners. Very tricky corners, especially the final one.
Very tricky corners. Yeah.
You have to be very patient, wait until the car grips up. And is he going to improve? He does. Moves himself up into 7th place, and he's... So we're getting the top 3, and then we've got this little mid-pack. So there's only a second between 4th and 10th, really.
4th and 7th are separated by half a tenth.
Yeah.
At the moment, so very, very close indeed there, and I'm sure Lightning knows exactly where he lost that half a tenth. That could have put him 4th, but there is still time in this session. Still maybe time for one more lap as Tiger comes into the pits.
Yeah.
And AJ then needs to find a lot of time.
He does. He's half a second to get into this. Well, I can't really call it a mid pack because there's 2 mid packs. So
yeah, get higher up the grid.
Higher up the grid, at least. Yeah. Let's see. We're not going to see any more split times. See how he takes these final
500 top.
500s.
Middle sector, so not that much of an impression on the times ahead, but if these few corners go well, we might very well see him improve his qualifying time as he comes now up to the line. What will it be for the Mercedes? A 17.478, and now making it from 5th to 8th. Wow, half of them.
Yeah, that's a good improvement from AJ. Oh. Well, he misses braking there ever so slightly.
Perhaps.
So let's see, Jack. Now, Jack is a driver that we know can be fast, but he was saying the other day that he's struggling a little bit.
Yeah, obviously with these new games, the first race is always going to be a bit touch and go for some people, and some people only find their pace like a few races into a season.
He's got a bit loose coming out of the... I don't know what corner they are.
Yeah. The Haas looks quite unsteady through there, and through turn 14 we go.
I wonder if Jack is using a low downforce setup, because he's brought himself right into this mid-pack now.
Yeah.
So,
and low downforce setup will help you in the race, but also will not help your tire wear, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
As Optimus second fastest with a 16.6, almost on the pace of Gibbo.
Yeah. And he's on a hot lap. Can he improve?
He's on an out lap. He's
yeah.
RS, it looks like.
Why is it not an out lap? Maybe he invalidated early on.
Perhaps, and fueled for 2 laps because he knew that that's what he wanted to, possibly a push mode. But now the V-carb absolutely looking beautiful, I must say, this year. I really like it.
I think it's one of the best looking liveries on the grid.
Yeah.
Oh, as we have
Absolutely.
a McLaren ahead. Does he get out of the way? Yes, he does.
Did have picked up a nice slipstream there, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna blame him that he didn't, because it's quite scary when there's a car ahead of you and you don't exactly know where they're going. Just as so, the Mercedes gets out of the way nicely. This has been looking good for Optimus currently on provisional pole pace, and only going to improve from here as the DRS gets opened in the back of that V car, but all flat out through here. Make sure not to put a tire on the grass there, and this corner, almost no braking at all going into there. He's very, very comfortable with his car at the moment.
The car looks very, very stable. There's no sliding about or anything. So maybe a
Yes.
bit of a higher downforce. Coming into the final two corners though. Let's see if we can keep it clean through here. Nicely set up. Be patient. Get back on the par. He's got plenty of battery to go to the line. Is he
Looks
going to
good.
improve? Oh, he's actually slower.
Oh, just about, and that is his qualifying over then. So Optimus with a front row start at best here. Probably would have wanted a little bit more, but
What can
sometimes you just
Spazzaman do?
don't get it all together. And here we
Yeah.
go then, Spider-Man in the McLaren.
So the one driver that possibly can go faster is Spazzaman, because Nico is in the pit.
Yes.
We have
Others just seem a little bit too far back. Ooh, that was really wide from Spazzaman. He has lost a lot of time there. And the car just not living with it. And a 10th down through there. You can see.
Oh, he's
ooh,
invalidated.
He's invalidated. Oh dear, Spazzaman. Not getting up to the start he would have liked.
Does he have time to get back around? I don't think he does.
I don't believe he does now. No, 12 seconds
No.
left in the session. But I think we should look at Stocko Sainz now. Saints, not Science.
Yeah.
As Gibbo's also on a lap, but he's already on provisional pole. We are looking for people who can beat him.
Yeah.
As,
And
Sainz going.
Rizzo with some support for Lena in chat. And also Rosa. Hello, Rosa. Glad you got home safe. Gonna relax and watch the stream. Well, you're just in time for the end of quali. And Stocko is gonna be trying to push. He only needs, what, half a second?
Yep.
Can he get a slipstream here? Oh,
Nice.
what the kicks. That's Mitch in the cyber. I don't think he impeded there.
Maybe not. Possibly not impeding, but I wouldn't say the nicest.
No.
The nicest move either, but it is.
It's still up.
It hasn't affected Saints too much. As into this final sector has to be a final sector of absolute perfection. Dips a tire in the grass there, I think.
He
But
should be
these
fine
C5
now.
tires, absolute grip monsters. But in the race, they won't last you long. Through the final few corners now, just get the foot down very, very early in 4th gear already. And this is looking good. Could he take pole position here in the first race in Australia? No, but it's 5th fastest.
He does improve, but not enough. I think our mid pack is now gone down to like AJ's level. I think AJ's the start of the mid pack now, and we have got the top 6, basically 4 tenths between them.
Yeah.
Which is very close. Is there anyone left to go? Just Jack?
No. Jack is going to the pits.
Jack's coming into the pit. So there we have it. This is going to be a very close race, I feel. It's 35% long, so it should be
20 laps.
20 laps, about 30 minutes.
Yes. Of one of the fastest tracks on the calendar.
Yeah, now, especially with that reworked Sector 2.
Yep.
There's no slowness down there anymore. Also, this year, this track has got LiDAR. So it's been laser scanned. It's as accurate as it's going to ever be. So, not that the game it wasn't too bad in previous games, but you can tell the difference when you're driving around it. Just like the small little changes. But yeah, here we go. Quali is complete, and your front row is Gibbo and Optimus. Spazzaman, Nico, Stocko, and Tiger. All very close there, within 2-3 tenths as well. And then we drop back then to, was the fourth row? Yeah, the fourth row with AJ and Lightning. Who started the mid pack really with Ak. Jack. Why do people have weird names that I can't pronounce? Toxio? To Neo? I don't know. But he's there as well anyway. And then Simi and all. So
we've got a Brit and a Dutchman on the front row. We've seen it a few times.
Yeah.
This season. And last season especially.
So,
and in 2021.
But we all know the quali's only one part of the puzzle, and you don't score any points in quali. So everything is important now.
Especially in last year's game, especially. I know it's been improved for this year, but you could stick with a car that was almost 5/10 a lap quicker than you yourself. So quali really didn't mean that much. But now in the race, perhaps it's been improved by enough. So Spazman and the other top guys can go stretch their legs a little bit from the mid pack.
Yes. I really wish we had more information in this stage. Basically, what's happening right now is people are selecting their setups. I don't know if anyone's readied up. Hopefully not, because it's going to raise Simi's blood pressure.
They definitely readied up.
They definitely readied up. Someone did, so I'm guessing we're going to get a message later on. But who readied up?
There could be some complaining about that. Could we get lap data enabled?
Yeah.
Possibly tires as well.
Let's have a look. Oh, very mixed.
Yeah. So, like I said, soft's not the tire you want to be on because it is the C5, so it will only do you a few laps. But the hards and the mediums, then interesting.
It is very interesting. If anyone did keep a fresh set of softs for the race, it might come in later on if there's a late safety car. But yeah. Those drivers starting on the hards will be switching to mediums, and the medium runners will be switching to hard. I do feel that Nico and Stocko Saints really needs to get past the hard runners at the start if they want to make a go for it. Because if they're still behind them by the time it comes around to pit stops, they're going to lose a bit of ground. Although, they are going to be pitting earlier than them. And the undercut could be quite strong here.
But you also need clean air for the undercut, so they need to make a gap big enough behind so that they can come out in a bit of clean air and not get stuck behind the people who are a bit further back and haven't gone into the pits yet. But as I was going to say, it'll be interesting to see because in the past few games, the overcut and undercut has been working very differently. In F123, the overcut was the thing, but in F124, you would rather do the undercut. So it'll be interesting to see how in this game it will work out, as we see everyone just desperately trying to get heat into their tires.
Yeah.
They're ready to line up.
The other thing is the dirty air as well. They need to watch their engine temperature, because if your engine gets too warm, you're going to be down a bit of power in the streets, which you don't want to be in these cars. As Tiger gets disqualified for not hitting his mark.
Or absolutely on a track like this as well. You don't want to be down on power.
Yeah. Can I just say, the game looks beautiful. And this is on the PS5 Pro. On PC with path tracing, it's insane. So yeah, I think they've done a good job this year. But here we go. Lights are on. 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. And off they go. Slowly. Gibbo getting a good start there. He's going to lead down into the first corner with Optimus slotting in behind. Seems to be...
Well, there's McLaren off the track there. Spazman, I believe, was going through the gravel there a little bit, as there's a lot of movement down the field. There's Mitch going down, Simi going down, but I don't think there's anyone who's had more of a problem. Craig has possibly spun. He's a few seconds off the back of the back. So.
Yes, definitely. A few issues there at the start. Can't really keep track of all of them. And unfortunately, we don't have a full replay suite to actually go back and look at everything. But Gibbo leads them into Sector 2 onto the first main street. Now we'll see
And I
what the
think
slipstream's
the
like.
important part is Nico on those mediums right there with them.
Yes, so Nico's made his way up.
Around the outside Optimus.
What an
Wow.
overtake.
What a move. And Golf Maniac as well in the other Red Bull has had a problem there, dropping all the way down to 16th place, not 20th.
Yeah, I think he had a bit of a spin as well. So the two Red Bulls having issues in the first lap. Gibbo losing out here though, and he's losing a bit of ground.
Losing out quite, yeah. I was gonna say quite a lot there, and on the straight as well. So Gibbo possibly having a little bit more. Oh, look at that speed from the Williams though, down the straight. So Gibbo catching a lot on the straight, so maybe a little bit lower of a downforce setup than Optimus, who is now looking to break that DRS and just go.
Yeah, I think Gibbo was using up a lot of his battery there to stay ahead, because I think he knows it's important to stay ahead of the medium runner. And but that's going to cost him a little bit, especially down this next straight.
In a very dire position now, because he has to balance between saving his ERS and keeping within DRS distance of Optimus, but Optimus, I believe, made a little mistake into the right-hander there, and now without DRS, he could be eaten up here, as we have the Alpine having problems.
Yeah, Alpine dropping down 6 or 7 places there, so maybe a few issues coming into the DRS zone. Has Golf pitted early?
Yes.
So Golf must have picked up damage there at the first lap, unfortunately. But let's stay with this battle for 3. Stocko is on the medium tower as well. Yes.
So he's looking to get into this battle as well. And the problem with them is that they do need to get by here as soon as they can. And then possibly even get the gap to Optimus and Gibbo, who are controlling the race at the moment.
Go on board with Gibbo. He has DRS open. Is he close enough?
I'll tell you what, the clouds are looking quite interesting. You think there could be a bit of rain?
We never got a weather report. Could really ask for that. But it is a bit cloudy. That could throw...
Maybe that's why people start on the hards.
Maybe, because they'll spot into the works later. Nico picking up the first penalty off the race.
That's not what you want to see, because now basically you're always 3 seconds behind, and even if others get penalties, you're now equal with them.
Yes.
Except you've got a 3-second penalty and they do not.
You do have access to the Discord. Yeah, so this season we are going to be looking into maybe removing time penalties if there is a late safety car, because everything bunches up. It basically resets the race, and it's very unfair for people that have a time penalty to lose out massively like that.
I think I've lost a fair few races here to time penalties after left safety cars, so
yeah,
I'm all for that change.
But if there's no safety cars, like, it's your own fault then. But it's the fault of the safety car, you know, for losing out later on. So, but yeah, these drivers are taking a little bit of risk cutting across. Nico is very close under DRS now.
I mean, that's what you have to do at the start of a race. You have to balance the risk and the reward, because these guys need to get up the road, and they have done that. They're 3.8 seconds to Spazman already, but they also need to mandate how much can they cut without taking warnings, without taking penalties. I believe Mitch has had a problem. He's dropping down the field. Oh, that's a big hit, and that's a safety car.
That is the first safety car of the race, so Mitch has dropped it, coming into the little, I don't know what, the little park area. So, yeah, that's a front wing change. He's missing both end plates.
Yeah.
So.
But it'll be interesting to see, because people are on hards here. If you were on the mediums, I believe a switch to the hards, if there is no rain to come, I think this will also give us an indication of if there is rain to come in this race, because I believe the medium runner should now go in for the hard compound tires without any question at all. And
yeah, Nico is in. This is hurting the hard runners, because it's too early for them to pit.
Saints is not in, and I must say the track looks very, very humid. I don't know if it's just the new graphics, but it just looks like it's gonna rain.
Yeah, so Nico does swap over to the hard tires, so that'll be him to the end now.
Yeah, he's the only one who's gone into the pits, though.
I'm actually surprised about that.
I do find it a bit peculiar as well, because that to me suggests that there is rain on the way in this race still, because from the mediums, you would just want to go to the hards and take them to 15 laps, because at the end of the day, track position is quite important.
Yeah.
So if you can just stay within the car's pit window, then you'll have the track position. However, now Nico will have the job of overtaking all the drivers ahead of him.
That McLaren getting very close.
Yeah, Spazman trying to play some games that we are not aware of. That's not Spazman, that's the other McLaren.
JD Hack, yeah.
Yeah.
So what safety car have we got today? Is it the Aston Martin? Yes, the Aston Martin. Is it the only one now?
I would think it is. I don't remember seeing the Mercedes safety car after like 21.
Yeah.
It's very possible. That's definitely the safety car that got me disqualified.
Yeah. It's the same one. So,
it's
just
etched into my memory.
A few ghosting issues on the game, which is unfortunate. That's the streaks that you see behind the cars.
Yeah.
I'll have to report that, I think. I think that's to do with whatever method they're using for AA. We're going to get another lap anyway under safety car as Mitch and Golf is joining back up. This is good for Golf. This brings him back into the race.
It does, but
oh, as we have someone in the pit.
He has the disadvantage of the tires being a bit old without the advantage of the proper track position like Nico does. So I don't expect Golf to do too much in this race, but he's definitely someone that could surprise already 4 laps on those hards. So he's basically looking to do the entire race on the hard, unless there is rain, which could throw another spanner into the works.
Yeah. So everyone's caught up, so we do expect safety cars should be in this lap. Yes. We'll see very shortly, actually, because the lights should go off at the end of this little street.
Yep, and we should get the message here as well of safety car ending. But if you are Optimus here, where do you go? Because you have a lot of opportunities here to go, and it's been. I've had a few safety car restarts myself in Australia, and I've gone from everywhere from turn 11 to right before that. And it all depends on what you think your opponent's got behind you, what's the downforce level you expect. Because if you think they're on lower downforce setup, which I believe Gibbo is, you go as early as you can.
Yeah.
Kind of the corners. Do the opposite if you think otherwise.
Well, he's going to have to wait for the safety car to come in, which is now, so he can go anytime he wants now. This
is not a slow safety car restart. It is quite quick, and he has gone now flat out through the final corner. Wow.
Yeah. I think he's caught Gibbo out there yet, but Gibbo is not draining his battery. Yeah. And we will have to wait another lap before DRS comes back in.
Yep. And we are still being told it's a safety car. I do not believe you.
Yeah, hopefully that fixes itself.
Yeah, it should. As Mitch and Craig are going side by side, I believe. Not anymore, but Mitch got past at the red bull there. Oh, there's a bit of debris there. Maybe?
Yeah, let's have a little look further down the field here as Golf trying to get past Craig. Oh!
Whee!
Now, that is our first look at dirty air.
Yeah, that looked like Leonardo. Ooh, Craig is in the wall.
There would have been yellow cars.
No,
Virtual safety
safety car.
Yeah.
I mean, Yeah, first look at dirt. Yeah, that just looked like clean understeering off the track for golf.
Yeah, so it's so strong this year, and you really do have to be careful.
Yeah, and
Oh, that's a
Antonio
bit
with the 10-second
harsh.
penalty. I agree with it. Honestly, it looked like it would give that exact penalty, and it has. So
But
I'm not completely against that. Oh, we're green. Whoosh.
okay, that didn't last long then.
Virtual safety cars in the game are so short and have
So
been for a little while.
yeah, DRS is enabled this lap because we only had a virtual safety car. So now Optimus is going to be under pressure from Gibbo here.
Yeah, no DRS down this straight yet because the detection point is at the end of sector 3 as Greg goes in, I believe, to repair the car. That looked like quite a hefty hit.
Yes, he did have a hefty hit there.
With the wall.
Yes, you're correct. DRS detection is before the second last corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why there's no DRS, which is kind of annoying. Like I do feel like there should be another detection zone at the first corner. Like that should be a detection zone.
Yeah. The double dose of DRS.
Yeah.
Like in Mexico, not one of my favorites either. As we
Jack getting overtaken there by Nico. So Nico did pit.
Yeah. Making his way back up the field, which is exactly what he needs to do now. Just avoid any penalties and make your way back up the field. Keep your head down and see where this race ends up for you.
You can really see that dirty air. You just see the cars washing out, which has compromised AJ here, and I think he's going to be under a little bit of pressure from Lightning now, who also has DRS.
He's burning his battery down this straight because he knew that there was a chance he could get overtaken from behind.
Yeah.
But Simi in this fight as well at the end of the train, and then there's Nico about to join this, so this could become a tasty fight for P6.
Yeah, and they don't want to stay in each wake for too long because your engine is going to overheat and you're going to be down on power.
Yeah, you need to find the clear air.
So we might see some drivers just pulling out of the slipstream down the streets just to cool down the engine. As Ferrari is looking tasty. Goes down the inside. Gets the overtake made quite safely before... Oh, it's AJ!
Oh, that's too late from AJ there.
Yeah, and Lightning gets a penalty.
That was a corner cutting penalty for
Lightning.
Oh,
okay, so I was confused there.
He may have been... I don't know if he was forced off there by the tap from AJ, but we will see, I believe. They'll get recorded if so. Oh, no!
Simi goes into...
That's two cars in the back of Lightning within...
Lightning is thinking, what have I done wrong here?
That is... just looks too late from both drivers there. Like, too ambitious.
Yeah, just leaving the braking a little bit too late. You have to overtake safely. Unfortunately, that was not done both times. A big lock up there for Lightning. That's going to compromise him. But if Nico is smart here, he's going to wait for the DRS.
Yeah. I am, however, inclined to believe that that was the visual bug that's been around since forever. That cars lock up when they actually don't.
Oh, yeah, it's just smoke bombs all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Optimus.
I believe that was what's happening here at Skibbo, yeah.
Oh, that's very wide.
That's really wide. That's killed any chance at a re-overtake as Skibbo gets back into the lead of this race in lap 10 out of 20. And you must think that these guys on the hards now are thinking about the pit stop if there is no rain coming. And in that case, Nico is going to be in prime position to win this race.
Yes, because he's got this pack more or less back up again.
Yeah, he's, what, like 6 seconds behind the leaders? 7?
Yeah, so he could come out with a good 10, 15 second lead.
That's one of the McLaren's into the pit lane, but
Optimus
looking back down the inside of Gibbo.
I think Gibbo was smart there.
Gibbo is looking for the switchback here. He was trying maybe to be a little bit cheeky there, to go back down the outside, but I think he is smart and just lets it go. No
Yeah.
reason to battle this early on into a race. You just want to get out.
Oh.
Especially, ooh, and there's a second big 3-second penalty.
Is that him on? Oh no, it's 3. It's
yeah, that is 3. It's Nico who had the other one. And going back around the outside is Gibbo here, and makes it done very, very simply. But I'm sure Gibbo, as the veteran that he is in these games, is avoiding those warnings. And he is a very smart driver. He's very quick and he's very smart, so I have no reason to believe that he's almost on any warnings. He could be on 2. But...
He could be, but also he's going to be smart enough to know that he doesn't need to fight. Oh, as they both come into the pit.
Yeah, that is huge, because it does just confirm that there is no rain coming, and this...
Spazman's in as well.
Yeah, Saints keeping going on those mediums though, which is interesting.
Well, that's weird. I got the vibrations through the controller of the pit stop. Very good stop though from them all, and they're just going to come back out. Are they going to come out into clean air though?
They've got Jack there, they've got Simi there, but I believe both of those guys should be pitting soon enough. But the more important thing, the gap to Nico is about 7 seconds.
Yeah, which isn't really that much. 8 laps, they're going to be hitting. They're going to be needing to do 1 second a lap quicker.
But on much fresher tires and a step softer tires as well, those C4 tires. Will be very, very quick in these first few laps, but it also depends on how quickly can you dispatch off Jack, how quickly can you dispatch off Simi. I believe Simi won't put up too much of a fight against his teammate here, but Jack might just do that.
Yeah, as Gibbo is closing in on him, but also closing in is Golf down the inside.
Great move.
Pretty good overtake there with the DRS, and of course he gets the double dose of DRS. So I suppose it does work out on this track, because as they come around again here, Neo is going to get double DRS as well. So it's not too bad really. As Tiger and Simi are both in the pit. And
yeah, so
where are
Gibbo
they
is
going to come
closing up on Jack now, and this is not ideal. You don't want to be behind in this first sector. He needs to make the move now into turn 3.
Yeah, he's very quick. Jack knows he's not in this fight. Quick. Just lets him go. Oh. Maybe not.
If you say that, that looked like it was being fought a little bit. But 7.1 seconds is the gap, and remember that 3-second time penalty with Nico brings that gap down essentially to 4 seconds.
4 seconds. The only thing that saved Nico right now, I think, is a late safety car and get all the penalties removed. Maybe.
Yeah, should that happen.
Let's see who has yet to stop. So Jack and Stock are the only 2 drivers who have not stopped yet.
I believe Saints is going for softs here at the end. Like, you'd think that he's been out this long on the medium.
I think he's...
Surely he's going for softs.
Yeah. Optimus picked up a time penalty there. That's 6 seconds.
True. He's now on 6.
So that's him out of this fight for the win.
Yes, and I believe, now it's between Gibbo and Saints. And Saints is on the softs, yes, so... But those tires for 7 laps, I don't think they're going to be making it.
No.
I don't think they're going to be making it. At least not easily. He'll have to take care of them.
No, he's got on mediums.
Will be quick. No. Saints.
Oh, Saints. Oh, Saints has gone to... Jack has gone on to the medium. Could Jack have gone onto the softs? Maybe.
Possibly, yes, but Jack was on the hards and Saints was on the medium. That he did 13 laps on, to be fair to him, so...
Yeah. Closest battle on track at the minute, as we do have yellow... Oh!
AJ, I believe, AJ with Jack in the gravel there in turn 1, and this could be that late safety car you're talking about, but I think both have gotten going again.
No, I think they're fine there. So Jack was just coming out of the pit. So was this a case of... I don't know. It's hard to speculate on what was going on there.
Yeah.
But you have to give priority to whoever's exiting the pit because they can't stop in the pit lane. You know, so you still have to give way to them.
I'll tell you who still has an outsider chance in this race is Spazaman. He's only 2.7 behind Optimus, who's just about flirting with the DRS zone of Gibbo there. That's a huge puff of smoke.
Yeah.
That comes out of Golf's Red Bull, who has made his way up to P6, but I think for him now, the agenda is defend, defend, defend.
Yeah,
he's on old hards.
He's going to be under a lot of pressure from two very quick drivers soon. As Golf doesn't use ABS, so those lockups are probably proper lockups.
Yeah.
I will be interested to see what his tire wears after this, because we all know Golf is the tire whisperer. So it'll be interesting to see what his tires are like after this race.
I'm just fascinated about this fight for the win now because Gibbo is catching Nico on a quite consistent rate, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. And he has to not get a single penalty here because that would ruin his chances of winning this race. Oh, Tiger!
Is he going for
it? Go for this down the inside.
Oh,
wow!
What an overtake!
What a move!
That was very brave.
That just completely zoned that out of my mind as even a possibility until he was almost side by side. But yeah, that's what I mean. The smokes are always happening in the same places. I don't think Golf would be locking up that much. As Nico, another 3-second penalty, and that almost decides this race now.
Yeah, that's more or less Nico out of the win. 6 seconds of penalties.
Yeah.
This might bring Spazaman into second place.
Very, very possible. He just needs to put his foot down now and push as much as he can without getting a penalty. But yeah, Gibbo has confirmed this win basically without getting a penalty himself.
Yeah, as Golf loses 2 places now. Oh, as Neo goes wide. And Golf gets that position back again, and they go fight for another time.
One more time.
But Hack and Simi have joined this battle now. So let's go on board with Simi and just see how much straight line speed he's going to get. That's a bit wide. That's probably a warning.
That is definitely a warning there for Simi. Just going a little bit wide. Feeling the pressure off the cameras. Even though he doesn't know that there's cameras on him.
Yeah, he's got the DRS open anyway. He is closing up ever so slightly. Not much.
Yeah. I believe that's probably a byproduct of the fact that everyone's basically on the same setup now.
Yeah.
At the start of a game.
I don't think he was going to get stopped.
Simi.
He's going to be patient. He needs to be patient. Wait for another DRS.
He's really looking for this as Simi here. Through the final corner. This could be a great run for Simi. As long as he gets his foot planted and uses overtake just about enough, but the McLaren also has DRS, so it doesn't work. But here goes the Alpine once again on Golf, and this sector 3, that is AJ.
AJ is around again. No,
oh no, that's the Ricardo then, one of the Mercedes. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. At least it's a little bit clearer this time around. You know the difference between the Williams and stuff like that. But yeah, so Simi is now behind Golf. So they're all swapping places as JD Hack gets past Golf as well on that other DRS, but now they're back in more DRS.
Get a gap to leader. So
gap
we could see
to leader.
Gap to Nico at the moment. 7.9. Needs to catch up quite a bit here. Simi, if he just kept his foot down, I think he would have had a better run there on Golf Maniac. I'm sure. Two very good friends here, not going to cause each other any problems, but Golf might cause problems for the Alpine. Oh dear.
Oh, they're going to be fighting it.
Oy.
Oh, there's a little touch.
Yeah. Simi, don't make that 3 wide.
Oh, Golf's locked up.
That was a real lock-up. And he has got front wing damage as well. Simi down the inside, surely not.
Oh, and they both got DRS.
Side by side.
This is the street. Simi needs to use his battery. He's not using his battery.
Simi went to no battery there, actually.
Yeah.
I believe.
I feel...
So, and there's Craig.
Simi is on auto DRS, I think.
Auto ERS.
Yes, ERS, sorry. Yeah. So that's probably why his battery hasn't been used, and that's probably going to be costing him time, as it should, because I do feel like
definitely.
assists shouldn't make you faster.
Yeah.
It should just help you be competing. Oh, as we have a car around. Oh, that was Golf again. Golf having
Golf,
issues?
yeah.
Yeah, he's no front wing.
He is missing an end plate here, so I wonder if that was a byproduct of his fight with the Alpine.
It could have been, because they did have a little touch.
There was a touch there, definitely. Simi's still looking for a way past, and now with this DRS zone, he might have a chance to.
He should be able to, as Neo does not have DRS.
Around the outside, a bit sketchy here.
Good defending from Neo.
Easily be forced off the track, but well done from Simi, great. And another time penalty for Optimus, that is 9 seconds then. So he might be dropping all the way down to 5th in this race still, and Gibbo has got into that 3-second window, so even without the second penalty,
Yeah.
he would have had this race wrapped up. And as I said, very, very professional, very, very smart driver is Gibbo. So
yeah, he knows now all he needs to do is stay within that 3 seconds and he'd be fine. Simi has made his way past now, and he can start to pull away.
Even if he gets a penalty of his own, now Gibbo has got the necessary gap to the leader, and it's been a great race from Gibbo.
It has.
Just showing how much it matters to have this experience and the carefulness of track limits, and showing why he is a top driver. As Golf and AJ, I think, going for the fastest lap here. Greg
has activated ghost mode.
Let's see if he obeys blue flags. Oh dear. We might be exposing him on stream here. Might be exposing him live on stream.
Oh!
I guess that's. I guess he's.
Yeah, he's moved out of the way.
Oh dear, I did give out to him after the last race in Spain that he needs to do a bit better with blue flags, but
yeah, as Nico is coming in to the third sector for the final time, he's going to win on track, but I think when penalties are added up, he is going to drop down possibly to third or fourth. Probably third.
I think second.
Second? Oh, yes, because Optimus has got time penalties as well, so yeah. So he's going to lose the win, but still, it's a solid drive from Nico. Just unfortunate.
Drive. And a great strategy from the Alpine as well, pitting on the first safety car.
Yeah.
Being one of the only ones who pitted on the first safety car, and that has netted him a P2 here today, but the race winner. Just absolute perfection today, Gibbo.
Well done.
Very, very well driven.
From Gibbo. Kept it clean, and the penalties worked out in the end as Golf gets another penalty at the end. Spazman does pick up the podium place. Optimus drops down to fourth. Stock will cross the line in fifth. Tiger.
Made those tires last, to be fair to him.
He has. That was a good race from Stock as well. Tiger in sixth, and we still have a fight here. Simi.
One of them does have a penalty.
He does. Simi will get it anyway, but still, it's good to fight. Good to fight on track.
Good to fight on the line, of course.
Lightning crossed the line. Toxio, does he keep? He does. So Toxio.
No, Ricardo is still within. If he's. Oh, he's.
He
does.
He does
Get it. Yeah. Last
Ricardo
point position for Ricardo
picks up the final point. Jack just outside the points. I wonder if Jack would have moved up another place. I feel if he didn't have that collision with AJ. Don't know what actually happened there, but. Yeah, I think he would have had a place, but Ricardo picking up the final point. Jack in 11th, Neo dropping down to 12th because of penalties. Mitch, who caused the safety car earlier on, in 13th. And now we don't see who's 14th, 15th, and whatever. I need to get, make sure I keep a note of those.
Are we doing it?
No. We might do it next week, but not tonight.
Yep.
We're not prepared.
I'm prepared.
You are? I'm not. But we can if you want. Maybe we can just speak to the winner.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Oh, as we do have this new stuff. Race winner, Gibbo. Fastest lap from Gibbo. Driver of the day has been given to Nico. Most overtakes to Jack. And the cleanest driver is Gibbo.
Yeah.
There we go. Just go down the final results just once more. Gibson first, Nico in second, Spasm in third, Optimus fourth, Stock in fifth, Tiger, Simi, Hack, Lightning, and Ricardo picking up the rest of the points. And then we've got Jack, Neo, Mitch, Golf, AJ, and Craig. Rounding up the rest of the drivers, 16 drivers on track. That's very good. Quite like that. That's good numbers. Let's go speak to our race winner.
He hasn't responded to my message, but you can probably move him up here. Just jump scare.
Yeah, let's hope he talks.
Yeah, hopefully he's around.
There we go. Hello, Gibbo.
Hello.
Hello. We're talking to you as race winner.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, we didn't plan this, but Finaxi wanted to do it, so we're doing it.
I did want to do this, yes. I mean, just absolutely clinical from yourself, mate. I said a few times there that you're smart enough not to pick up any warnings. Did you have any warnings there?
No.
Okay, I was right. But yeah, absolutely clinical drive from yourself. Take us a bit through the second stint where you knew you had to chase until the second penalty came in for 6 seconds, obviously. But just talk us a bit through that where you knew you had to chase, but also manage a little bit from behind and tires.
Yeah, so it's mainly keeping P3 that 1 second gap. I knew that as long as he was outside that, I could just focus on P1. As soon as it kind of stayed static around 1.2 to 1.5. So then I was just trying to be smooth with my steering, keep the tire wear down, and just try and get that time down from the car ahead. But thankfully, well, unfortunately for him, he got 6 seconds. So all I had to do was just keep it clean, keep it tidy, and finish.
I believe you were still within 3 seconds at the end there anyway, so
yeah.
So the 3 seconds would have been ending anyway. We thought there would be rain coming, considering no one else pitted on the safety car. Are you surprised that no other medium runner from around you pitted onto the safety car, and did you think about it at all to go on the mediums to maybe get them to the end?
I was in two minds whether to pit onto the mediums, not because I didn't think mediums would get me the rest of the way. I know I would have to do a 2-stop. But because it's a safety car, it's a free pit stop, I'm surprised more people didn't pit. But I feel like if the front runners pit, then I feel like the others would have followed suit. So it's really difficult in when you're at the front to kind of pick and choose what you want to do, because the people behind you have plenty of time to choose off what the front runners do. So
yeah, usually damned if you do, damned if you don't. But exactly. You have absolutely clinical from yourself today, mate. Congratulations on winning the first race of the season, and I hope to see more of you in the coming weeks.
Thank you guys.
Yes, well done, Gibbo. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. There we go. Good race. Enjoyed that.
Yes.
That's round 1 done. Next week, we head off to somewhere else, which I can't remember, but I'm looking now.
You can look.
We'll be a bit prepared next week for interviews and stuff. We're off. We're off to Japan next week.
Yeah, so.
Which is another LiDAR track as well.
Yeah.
It looks amazing. You can see the little cherry trees now and everything on the side of the track. So I look forward to that in Japan. If Gibbo's there, will he be able to maintain his lead, keep control of it? Because tonight there was a lot of fast drivers. and drivers that seem to be able to challenge him. And it'll be interesting if they can keep their penalties down to a minimum next week. It might be a wake-up call tonight, because they did lose positions because of it. So it'll be interesting next week in Japan. But Nexi, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's always nice to do a little bit of commentary with someone else rather than me just sitting here on my own. Tomorrow night we continue with commentary as we head to a different style of racing, and we're into GT3 style racing on Gran Turismo 7. I'll be joined by Amber tomorrow night for that. That kicks off at the same time, so if you're free tomorrow night, come along and watch some Gran Turismo 7 GT3 racing. Should be interesting. I think we are Brands Hatch tomorrow, so it'll be quite interesting. But until next week, stay safe, stay awesome, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye bye.